Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we got taken out, we got claimed, we got destroyed by good old PlayStation themselves. Now, I'm not gonna go and sit here and complain at all. I'm gonna go take 100% full responsibility, because especially when you're covering up things such as like leaks, etc., you have to be a little bit more on the careful side. And out of respect of everyone from Insomniac and everything else in between, man, it is deserved. I will take it. It is my fault. We'll roll with it. But I am a little bit sad on everything that happened. So if you guys probably know, when it comes to strikes or YouTube stuff, it's not the biggest deal. If you get multiples, yeah, that could be a little bit on the rougher side. I got hit with that one and done on something that was about maybe like a 0.1 millisecond of me basically saying, don't go and really do this or whatever. Try to use that more as a reference to make sure you guys do not do that. So at the end of the day, it's one of those like, yeah, maybe I should have shown a little screenshot. That's fine. I get it. I'll take the strike and we can go move on. But we're going to go talk about this a little bit over here and kind of give a little bit of apology mixed on in with this big drama going on with PlayStation itself. So if you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy, as well, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the PlayStation 5 Slim and $500 giveaway going on. So make sure you guys are check out the other stuff down below. And let's dive on into the video itself. So first and foremost, as you guys can probably go and tell, we did go get hit. We got copyright claimed and all of that, and it makes me a little bit on the sadder side, mainly because I think what I did and I showed was basically a portion of the, like a very, like, just, I'm not even joking, like a screenshot, all this type of stuff, when it comes to the consoles themselves. There's been a big PC integration with the source code, as well as also just general, like, Wolverine gameplay. So I show, I think, just like the, not even like a screenshot, like the still image of a Twitter when it comes to that, like a Twitter post. So sad. It's deserved, though. You guys, I can't sit here complain, can't be like, oh, woe is me. It's one of those things where, like I said, if you go and cover up leaks, whatever, it happens. And of course, when it comes to Insomniac 2 as well, like, they've had to deal with so much of this stuff where I'm sure there even might be like people not even necessarily even watching the videos or kind of going giving context, because I do believe if you guys have watched all my videos, I've basically been saying, hey, like, number one, don't go and download Wolverine. It's like illegal. Make sure you guys are careful on what you might be going and downloading, because it actually might be like proper, like maybe, like illegal seeds, or even something completely not even related to a game like Wolverine. Like, what if it's like a virus being downloaded? I mentioned a lot of this type of stuff in the videos, and obviously for a lot of stuff, I'm mainly waiting for stuff to be more public for me to go and ever highlight it on the channel itself. So I just want to go kind of give my own apologies towards anyone who may have either had like a little bit of a spoiler. I've been trying my best not to go and kind of showcase up anything sensitive in terms of like employee information or like, SSNs where people live, and also same thing for some of the gameplay such as like Wolverine, etc. Because I will go and say a little bit of like a call out post over here, very small one, because you got to take ownership for what you say. But there is still some people out there who do actually go and have, or also are baiting out proper, like, say, stuff like this. Now, they have like the PS5 Wolverine gameplay leaks, watch before it's taken down, full Wolverine gameplay leaked, etc. And they also have a lot of different types of things such as like shorts out there, even on YouTube, TikTok, whatever. Now, this is not me being like one of those bitter people like, oh, what are these other people doing, or whatever it might be. It's just more of like me just kind of being like, come on. Like, I feel bad. I feel sad for my own sake for it. Now, that's just because they have, like I said, like one little quick squidgen. I mean, in theory, I've had access and I've seen a lot of the Wolverine. I've seen people that have done full-on playthroughs of the PC version. Even on, if you guys look on YouTube itself, there is a lot of people who still have the actual leaked files that are on, like, playable, and even like guides of how to go and download Wolverine, etc. Now, once again, this is not like oh, I got like hit, someone else should get hit too as well. It just kind of stinks a little bit, because I know I was trying to be a little bit more on the careful side. This is like, say this is more of a nonchalant video. It's okay. Like, I got nothing against Insomniac. I think the idea behind them having to deal with this massive hack and losing all this information and all these datelines and even like private financial information, I think it's kind of horrible. Like, I've even said, I think I've apologized in every one of the videos and coverages we've done, where I think my mindset's been, I just want to showcase stuff that's already public, whether it's like already showcased on like an IGN or a Game Rant or, these Kotaku bigger type article sources. So it's like, hey, like, I'm not the one that's initially leaking it. I'm not the one that's going to put this out there. I'm not the one trying to showcase up gameplay or whatever it might be. That's kind of what my goal's been, to kind of be like, let me just go and report on what's already out there, and we can kind of go from there. So I did go and get taken down over here from Sony. Now, I'm going to say once again, this is deserved. This is okay. But in the part 2 of this is also that they had the content apparently for Marvel's Spider-Man 2, which is even more on the intriguing side. Now, I'm not necessarily sure, though, this could also be a fake strike, which is why I'm a little bit on the curious side. Because when they go and do this, there's a certain company called Muso TNT. Now, Muso TNT is a very, very intriguing one because we've had double whammies. Number one is that this company, I'm not really sure exactly what it is. So here's my copyright claim strike over here. And there has been times where sometimes people do fake copyright strikes, where it's like, hey, like Mr. Beast took down this video, but it really wasn't Mr. Beast, just like their company name or what they put in for their LLC or whatever is also put on there. So as you guys can kind of go and see, my copyright strike was the PlayStation is jealous of Xbox, because I was also highlighting how the Xbox was being played on the Xbox developer kits to make sure the games themselves are working. Like basically, like, you know, the weird PC build can be placed on Xbox, etc., and also like a few other various topics. So once again, I'm taking ownership on this one. I do not mind. I'm a-okay with this. Kind of like comes with the territory of being like leaking, which is also sometimes for me, I'd like to go and maybe move my content towards more something maybe a little bit on the creative side, a little bit more on the non-news side, because number one, sometimes news is, well, boring, and number two, sometimes the news is something that may be negatively affecting, say, developers in the overall gaming ecosphere. And I would be honest, a lot of the Insomniac folks, whether like their executives, developers, marketers, whatever it might be, have been pretty heavily affected by this Insomniac hack. And it really is a hack. It's not a leak, it's a hack, because this was all ransomware hacks out there. So right now, at least from what it says on all my proper dashboards, it was technically a Sony copyright strike, but as well, you can see the content being used that they're claiming was technically on Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Now, it's also very on the intriguing side. Now, it could also just be like a big blanket thing because they probably weren't expecting a, well, big, massive Wolverine leak. And at the same time, I'm sure that the actual companies that may be claiming on their behalf may as well not be doing that. But if you guys ever look at the company Muso, I also could maybe be potentially, well, being creeped over here too as well. Because they're saying like, hey, that you can maximize the value of your content and identify new revenue streams as well. So it's just very intriguing because I'm not really necessarily sure what this is. They say it's protection for independent content publishers too as well. And they're also trying to push more on the self-published side, so author, musician, or indie film producers as well. So they do have other different things too. Like they're trusted by, you can kind of see the different things like, you know, Walt Disney and, you know, Prime or whatever. And there is also a Sony Interactive you can go through and look at that second over there. So I'm assuming this is probably a legitimate claim. And like, once again, I take the ownership for this one. It's kind of the struggle of doing leaks. I would actually really like to do more creative stuff in the future when it comes to my channel. But sometimes you got to go and just own up to it. Now, it does stink because I don't think I really showed much at all. I think I just kind of showed like one quick screen grab. Whereas I mentioned, there's been actual gameplay already being showcased on like YouTube Shorts, TikTok, on Reddit, on a lot on Twitter, a lot on Twitter. And even on YouTube itself, where people have actually showcased a proper gameplay, like proper sitting there for 20 plus minutes, live streaming it, or as well literally playing the games. And so for me, just doing a screenshot, it's still against the rules. I have been trying my best to kind of avoid that when it comes to my content. You know, I get it. This is not me kind of ranting. It's kind of just me kind of saying like oof, like my bad, you know, my bad. Not that it matters if you guys do know anything for YouTube stuff. Typically after 90 days, the strikes do disappear. And well, when it happens, it's not the biggest deal. Now, if you do it multiple times, you have a lot of different copyright content or whatever it might go and be, it is a, well, scary thing. You don't be like uploading Family Guy videos every 24 seconds because you'd probably get taken down by Fox very, very quickly. So that is it for this one. I'm a little bit on the sad side because I was trying to be a little bit more on the careful, but as well, it's rightfully so. If you're showing off leaks and talking about this discussion, showing off the hacks, there's always that risk, and also the reward is probably really not really worth it at the end of the day. And sometimes you kind of go through this type of stuff. For number one, I kind of feel a little bit kind of showcasing and talking about it. I do think the subject matter is really entertaining. I do really enjoy the financials and underground stuff involved with it, but at the same secondary time, sometimes I do kind of feel extremely bad for something like Insomniac, because these hacks, or even the same thing with an ongoing Ubisoft hack, can actually go and potentially affect jobs, like just make people's morales horrible, or as well sometimes even lose that very, very special excitement that people get whenever their games come out. So once again, I don't really have to say sorry because it's one of those like slap on the wrist for your first strike. You can still upload, you still are monetized, it's whatever it might be, it falls off after 90 days, but I still feel kind of bad for the coverage of all of this. So I don't know, something I want to maybe kind of think about it coming into the new year, where I don't really want to be too much of a leaker and kind of maybe make slightly better content. I've been saying this for quite some time, but I think the time is probably about now to start doing that. So you guys have a very nice, happy holidays. If I don't get to see you guys, we'll be making a few videos as well throughout the next few days. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on for the $500 and PlayStation 5 Slim giveaway. So check those all out down below. And of course, we'll probably live up on Twitter and Twitch in case you guys would like to go hang out and chill all down below. But I appreciate you guys all so much. I'll talk to you guys so soon, and bye. And Sony, please don't sue me to the ground. Thank you.